since the '93 Rose Bowl, but he's particularly good when he runs, averaging over 13 a carry this year.
He's a great athlete, a big arm, good pocket sense, a good scrambler, and the Jets are worried about his ability to break containment.
But the strength of the Jaguars has been their defense, is led by a former Jet, Jeff Lageman, and he'll be after Boomer today. Lageman has played tremendous football.
Lageman contributed 34.5 sacks in a Jets uniform, so you know returning to this building on this day to play against the Jets is very special to him. He will play well.
He has played Pro Bowl quality football in the Jaguars' first 2 games, losses by a touchdown each time to Houston, then to Cincinnati last. And here is Hollis, the kickoff man, ready to boom the ball for Jacksonville. He's a rookie out of Idaho, the deep man back for the Jets. Dexter Carter is their best return man, back with Ron Carpenter to the right. Rainy and windy earlier today in the Meadowlands of New Jersey. Now the sun has broken through. You see the gusting winds here. That's difficult to handicap. They swirl, as you know well, Beasley, having played 7 years with the Giants as a kick returner and defensive back.
Inside of this building, Don, the wind moves so much that kickoffs, punts, they all really have to focus on the ball.
The ball is hit downfield, and here comes Carpenter from the 3-yard line. Gets to the 20 and breaks it. 35, and he's out to the 39-yard line. 36-yard return by Ron Carpenter. And we are set to go on offense now. And there's the Jets offensive line. Willig will be blocking on Lageman. Dixon at center. Hasselrig really coming on, the free agent right guard, the former Steeler. Jets starting with excellent field position with Esiason at quarterback. Moore and Baxter his runners. Wilson, a very good wide receiver who's come in from Tampa Bay. Kyle Brady, a player to watch, the rookie tight end from Penn State. Big back hits hard into the Jaguars defensive line. As we look at the front 4 of Jacksonville, Smengi has played very well at left end, a former New Orleans Saint. Lageman at right end has been a standout. Gogenius, a former Buffalo Bill, at middle linebacker. Vinnie Clark played very well at left cornerback. All veteran players. This is an expansion team full of experience, though. Most of these guys have been in the NFL 4 or 5 years. There was a gain of about 3 on the play at 2nd down and 7. Esiason with a 3-step drop. Guns the ball in beautifully and hits his man. Charles Wilson, the quick little wide receiver who came in with it on a trade from Tampa Bay. Over the middle, and he's ahead for a Jet first down.
There are 8 men on the line of scrimmage here. So Jacksonville obviously expecting a run. Look how Boomer sits in the pocket and delivers an absolute bullet in traffic to his receiver.
So the Jets looking sharp on this opening sequence. Ball positioned at the 46-yard line of Jacksonville. Brevet, the rookie, comes in motion. Play fake. Esiason on the rollout. Goes to Brady. He struck hard. Mark Williams, an outside linebacker, 51, hit him head on. A short gain, maybe 2, inside the 45 to the 44.
They love Kyle Brady. Now, not much of a play that time, but watch the play fake by Boomer. Actually showing the ball, putting it in the runner's stomach and taking it out. What he was looking for downfield is not there, so Brady is the outlet, the safety valve. They didn't gain much, but they did protect the football.
Jacksonville corners, Beasley coming up tight on the Jet receivers on 2nd down. Esiason stands in, releases to Brady and an out pad, and it comes in low, and it'll bring up 3rd down and long. 3rd and 8. Good rush by Smengi at left end for the Jaguars.
Well, a lot of people in this building and a lot of people in New York watching Boomer Esiason, watching his arm strength. I stood in practice on Friday, and he looked fabulous. And in the game against Indianapolis, he threw the ball very, very well.
Yeah, he's coming off a good game, and there's no question his arm strength is excellent. Kotite says as strong an arm as he's been with in pro football, including Cunningham at Philadelphia. Here's the throw and catch up the middle. Charles Wilson with his 2nd catch. Taken down by the linebacker Mark Williams, but the Jets move on. First down, Jets at the 35-yard line.
It was a full blitz look coming up the middle. See Harry Cola, number 24. He's picked up very well by the running back, Brad Baxter. And Boomer very cool in the face of the blitz, delivering a nice completion and a first down.
Wilson at 5'10" now goes out on the left flank. Esiason and the Jets down to the 35-yard line of the Jaguars. Baxter running hard, breaks tackles and gets close to the 30. They'll spot him down to the 31, a gain of 4 yards. Cornerback Vinnie Clark was the stopper. Kyle Brady's been getting high grades on his blocking.
Well, look at him right there working against Joel Smingy. He neutralizes him at the point of attack and actually turns him out just a little bit. They love this guy, and some of the comparisons are scary. I mean, when you start talking about Mark Bavaro, Schuler, some of the guys that they compare this to, that Richie Kotite compares this guy to, it's frightening. He even said Ozzie Smith, which is Ozzie Newsome, which is a bit of a reach.
Here's the handoff, and running with the ball is Baxter again. Brian Schwartz, a rookie middle linebacker, makes the stop.
Here's the list of some of the tight ends that Richie Kotite has coached them, and he says that Mickey Schuler, he says that Keith Jackson, Mark Bavaro, Ozzie, he sees a little bit of all of those guys in his new tight end, Kyle Brady. That's quite a pat on the back. We'll see if that develops over the years.
He's already an accomplished blocker, and he caught the ball. He caught 4 passes last week in the loss to the Colts. Jets talked about overpowering the Jacksonville defensive line and running the ball. They've been doing that. And Esiason's been sharp throwing the ball in this opening drive. Again, he has a lot of time. Swings it out. Open man running in the open field. Inside the 20 is Baxter, and he's down inside the 15-yard line. Again, Schwartz brings him down. So the Jets, with an array of offensive weapons, swing it out to the big power back and get a first down.
Now this is set up by the patience of Boomer. See Boomer look to the right for a long time. That pulls the entire defense over there. When he turns back to Baxter, he's all alone. It's a gain of 18 yards. You can credit that to the great blocking up front and Boomer's patience and confidence as he looked the defense off completely.
Oh, you can be patient and confident with that kind of pass blocking. Pass offense, as Kotite often says, starts with pass blocking, and the Jets have been sound so far. Esiason again faking, rolling, takes a look to the end zone. He's got a man, and the ball is taken in. Wayne Corbett, the rookie from Hofstra, who dropped that big ball late in the game against the Colts, now scores his second NFL touchdown, going high to get it.
Wow, that's little Wayne Corbett. He's 5'9½". The ultimate walk-on, Don.
Yeah.
A walk-on in college at Hofstra. A walk-on practically here with the Jets. Spent most of his college career at Hofstra on the other side of the fence watching these guys practice. And now he's got 2 touchdowns in a Jets uniform.
Yeah, he grew up just a few minutes from Giant Stadium in Garfield, New Jersey. The extra point by Lowry is up and good. So Esiason, razor sharp, 5 of 6 throwing the ball for 51 yards, and then the touchdown throw to Corbett. Jets kick off, and we come back.
Boomer sees number 89, Charles Wilson, in the back of the end zone. But tiny little Corbett, Wayne Corbett, is crossing. He sees the ball and steps right in front and behind and actually catches the bouncing ball. What concentration. Very opportunistic young man.
So the Jets come out moving the ball right down the field and go up 7-0. And here is the kickoff now by Don Silvestri, who booms it down to the 5-yard line. Jimmy Smith runs it back. He breaks it for the moment and gets across the 30 and out to the 32-yard line. Boomer's been the focal point of a lot of criticism on his local radio show here in New York during the week. He had some strong remarks to make about people pointing fingers at him.
I'm sick that we're 0-2, and I'm angry that we're 0-2, and I don't like the way we lost either of our games. And 0-2 is not acceptable as far as I'm concerned. And, I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of, hearing about people talking about whose fault it is and what, I mean, it's enough. Enough is enough. And I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where, this season's going to lead, but I'm certainly not going to take anything for granted. And I'm just going to make sure that I'm the best player I can be, and hopefully everybody else feels the same.
Well, he was a good-looking player in that first drive. As he talks to Corbett, his touchdown catcher in that opening drive. The first carry of the game was by the rookie James Stewart from Tennessee. He didn't get anywhere. Jets shut him down. Hugh Douglas, the rookie, made the stop for the Jets. 2nd and 10, Brunell. The Jets talked about maintaining containment. Once he rolls out, starts to run downfield, he can run as well as any of the backs. Now misfire perhaps in the offense of the Jaguars as penalty markers come in. Stops the clock with 9:10 to play in the first quarter.
Start. Left guard offense. 5 yards. Still 2nd down.
Sean Bowens, as referee Tom White gives the call, and that sets Jacksonville back. Here's their offensive line. They're still waiting for their top draft choice, Tony Baselli, who will be at left tackle when he comes back probably next week. He's been out since camp with a knee injury. Desmond Howard and Ernest Givins, 2 established wide receivers, have gotten better as the season's worn out. Now they have 3 men flexed out on a 2nd down and 15 play. Brunell stands in. He gets some time, makes the connection, gets the ball to Lachey Meston, a fullback, and he's out to about the 32-yard line. Let's check the Jets on defense. Eric Howard, the former Giant, playing well at tackle. Donald Evans is the leading sacker. He has 2. Linebackers, Mo Lewis, his usual outstanding self. Wilbur Marshall, the former Bear, has come in and played very well at outside backer. There's their extra DBs that come in. Otis Smith at right corner has 2 interceptions, returned 1 for a touchdown last week against the Colts. 3rd down for Brunell. Runs out of time, gets the ball away, but not enough. He got it to Cedric Tillman, completed pass, but it's going to be about 2 yards short of a 1st down. Cornerback Aaron Glenn was on the tackle for New York.
The number one thing that Mark Brunell is worried about is pressure, his team's ability to pick up the blitz. And this time he was able to stand in there a long time. He got hit at the end of the play, but the offensive line gave him plenty of time.
And that'll send the punter out. Brian Barker, a veteran punter, came in from the Eagles. They have a good kicking game on Jacksonville. From 350 kicks, he's never had one blocked. Here is a booming hit downfield. Dexter Carter, the former 49er, puts his head down and takes it to the 20. And the Jets will go on offense when we come back as the NFL on NBC continues from Giant Stadium. Giant Stadium sold out for the Jets on a season ticket basis, just as the Jaguars are sold out. They're sold out 3 years down the line are the Jaguars. Right now, the Jets are in the lead 7-0 and take their 2nd possession of the game starting from their 20 after the punt. Esiason, who was 5 of 6 throwing the ball in the opening touchdown drive, gives to Baxter, and he breaks it. Pratt blocking, and that springs Baxter on a power slant out across the 30-yard line to the 32, where Mike Dumas, the free safety, made the tackle.
Balanced offensive alignment. You see 3 on each side of the center. So Jacksonville put 8 men up against the line of scrimmage, but Roger Duffy absolutely collapsed the defensive line, opened up that big hole for Baxter. That's super blocking up front.
Duffy blocking down from the left guard position, and the Jets get a 1st down on the carry by Baxter. Our set now. 1 running back. Again, it's Baxter, and he is taken down after a gain of about 3. Got to the 35-yard line. Gogenius, the middle linebacker, made the stop.
Looks like the plan for Jacksonville is whenever they go to a balanced attack, they're bringing 8 men up on the line of scrimmage to stop the run. Didn't work the play before this one, but it worked that time.
Players all talk about their coach Tom Coughlin, the Jaguar players, as being very demanding and very fair. He was an assistant coach here with the Giants for 3 years, part of the coaching squad under Bill Parcells when they won Super Bowl 25 against the Bills. Then he went to Boston College. where he had great success. Esiason, the left arm, hacks and throws and is right on the numbers again as he hits the elusive Charles Wilson. Dumas knocked him out of bounds, but the Jets drive on. Yet another first down.
Well, geometrically, the toughest throw in football is to the sideline, and Boomer throws a rocket. So I think rumors of the death of his arm are a bit premature. That's the toughest throw to make in football, and he just drilled it.
He's been making it all game long, early as it is. Clock running, 6 minutes to go in the first quarter, and the Jets are in the lead 7-0. First down. Play fake to Baxter. Another downfield throw. This is to Fred Baxter, one of the tight ends, and he's not done till he's down to the 25-yard line. Dumas and Colin, the safeties, making the stop for the Jaguars. But the Jets taking apart a good young Jaguar defense in this first quarter.
The play faking is excellent. Watch 77 and 62, Matt Willing and Roger Duffy pulling. That really made it look like a run, allowing Baxter to slip right down the middle of the field. It was a 30-yard pass completion. That's excellent play calling, but it really works because the running game is respectable, and Boomer makes a great play fake.
Baxter's been the prime runner. He's run it 5 times for 25 yards for the Jets. Boomer 7 of 8 throwing the ball for 90 yards. And again, the Jets crack the wall of defense and bring it straight down inside the 10-yard line. Gogenius makes the stop.
Don, what we are watching is unusual. I mean, normally this Jacksonville defense is like a wall, especially against the run, but the Jets offensive linemen are just pushing people around.
They thought they could overpower the Jacksonville front, and Tom Coughlin, when we met with him yesterday, said he expects the Jets to try to overpower us. They're bigger, their offensive line, than our defensive line. Smengi asked him how you stop it when you're small. He said just being very aggressive, very active. You have to beat the blocks. So far they have not. Jets moving the ball again. Baxter turns it up and gets to the 11-yard line. And there's really a gain of only about a half yard as the defensive tackles, Kelvin Pritchett and Don Davey, were on the stop. Pritchett was a top acquisition, a former Detroit Lion. Kotite says we've gotten rid of the finger pointers with the Jets. But Lowry had an interesting observation. He said, I wouldn't sell this team short, talking about the Jets. He said, there's a lot of young guys here who love to play football. They're not going to go away because they're 0-2.
They certainly have not quit, and they see this as an opportunity to get on the right track. But, you know, Jacksonville sees this as an opportunity to win a game.
They're tough to put away, Jacksonville, even though they don't look like much now. Here's a throw. Interception. And the nemesis of the Jets, the turnover. That's their 10th of the year. The previous 9 have led to 41 opponent points. So Boomer hears some boos after playing so well till that throw. Harry Cullen, the strong safety, picked it off. 24.
I don't believe what I just saw. I mean, a veteran quarterback doesn't make that mistake. You don't just throw that out there.
He just did. Lee Reese back at Giant Stadium. Boomer Esiason, who's passed for 4 touchdowns this season for the Jets, including 1 today, just threw his 4th interception. And now the Jaguars get their 2nd possession. James Stewart runs hard and gets about 4. Big game at Arrowhead Stadium today between the Chiefs and the Raiders. For more on that, let's go to Greg Gumbel.
All right, Don, 17-17 in overtime. This is how it ended. Jeff Hostetler throwing, James Hasty intercepting and returning. Big-time yardage for the winning score. 23-17 was the final. And it's a 2-1 Oakland record now. Kansas City off to a 3-0 start. Don?
What an ending.
What a finish.
James Hasty, a former Jet. Here's a throw by Brunell. Gets his man, and he's ahead for a first down. Ernest Givins, that quick little wide receiver who was the all-time receiver for the Houston Oilers before they let him go.
Givins had a blow-up with Tom Coughlin. Felt like he wasn't being used properly. Wasn't getting enough balls thrown in his direction. Coughlin's only complaint was that Givins took his complaints to the press. He just blew up at a press conference.
He said, come and see me.
Come see me.
Didn't like messages through the media, as he put it. Now Stewart runs, and the Jets shut him down. That's Matt Brock. Big free agent defensive tackle from the Packers, who the Jets signed. 94, who made the stop.
It was a good look at it coming right at you. Stewart taking the fake, but there's nothing there. The defensive line, and look at the linebackers, that second line of defense kind of bouncing on their toes just in case something bad happens. This has the potential to be a pretty good defense. They haven't shown it yet.
Jaguars pinned back. This is 2nd down and 13 coming up. Brunell, the left-hander, on his birthday, his 25th birthday, is on the roll, fires on the run, but he comes in low, intended for a tight end, Rich Griffith. Brunell has had trouble hooking up with his receivers when he's come in for the usual starter, Berline, who's out with a knee injury today.
Berline has been the starter because he makes real good decisions. They like Mark because of this escapability. He's in trouble. He can find another little spot, little time to throw the ball. I'm not sure that he wasn't throwing that at the ground because he didn't have anything. If he did that, that's impressive. Don't throw an interception, throw it away.
He needs something big now on 3rd and 13 for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jets lead at 7-0. Blitz. They get him. The Jets shooting people. Hugh Douglas with his first NFL sack.
I've always loved Hugh. Look at 21, Victor Green, top of your screen. He applies the most immediate pressure. Because the center, Dave Wydell, had to come out and pick him up, that left the middle of the formation wide open for big Hugh Douglas to come in.
Now Brian Barker sets up in his end zone to punt the ball for a 2nd time. Dexter Carter back for the Jets. Ball well hit into a swirling wind. Carter from his 45. Dexter Carter weaves his way ahead down to the 46-yard line. A 9-yard return on the punt. And the Jets take over for their 3rd possession, leading 7-0.
First downs for New York, 0 for the Jaguars.
Ron Moore and Brad Baxter, a double-team offense in the backfield as they go back to Ron Moore, who's run very well. He's averaged over 5 yards a run, but he's had 2 big fumbles in the Jets' first 2 games. Moore came here from Tampa Bay, from Arizona on that draft day trade that sent Rob Moore, the Jets' standout receiver of recent years, out to the Cardinals.
I'm sorry, Doug.
Yep.
The Jets roll a lot of running backs in and out of a football game. You'll see Richie Anderson. You'll see Adrian Morrell, who's really doing a great job. You see Baxter. You see a lot of runners.
And they're all big. They go for the most part with big backs. Now Adrian Morrell is in. He's swinging out of the backfield and gets the ball from Boomer. Makes a move, loses some people, and gets ahead to about the line of scrimmage. He did well, but Gogenius finally got him down. Almost was knocked down for a loss on the play.
See, Adrian has a lot of shake. I mean, he's got a lot of one-on-one movement, good presence inside the hole. A lot of people are calling for him to get more playing time. He doesn't do much of it. Look how cool and calm he kind of sets his people up. Leading rusher and receiver on this team. He's got 101 yards rushing, 120 yards receiving coming into this football game.
That was his 12th catch of the year, right, for Adrian Morrell. Jets 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions. This is 3rd and 9. Boomer fires and he overshoots. He was looking at Cravat across the middle, who caught the touchdown pass off the opening drive. Mike Dumas was putting some pressure on.
Watch Mike Dumas and 54 Keith Gogenius coming straight up the middle. You know, I'm not so sure that Boomer didn't just throw this over everybody because everything was collapsing around him. If he did that time, it's much better than what he did on his last throw than when he threw the interception. That time, you know, being a veteran quarterback, he should have thrown that ball up into the first row.
The one picked off by Harry Colin to stop the Jets' 2nd drive. Brian Hansen on the field to punt for the Jets. Hits it high. Desmond Howard is back. He'll let it bounce. And it takes a jet hop, and they'll down the ball at the 5-yard line. So again, the Jaguars stop out deep in their own end as the ball was down by Anthony Pryor.
That whole defensive line was in perfect position. This team's got some very talented linebackers also. Watch the big guys up front just nullifying their blockers. Eric Howard made that play work because he destroyed number 66 Sean Bowens and forced the runner to bounce back to the right side. So Stewart Stewart's point of attack was destroyed by Eric Howard.
See what Mark Brunell goes to on 2nd and 9 from his end zone. He's in trouble, and they get him. Ball on the field. Safety. Looked like he got him by the face mask. I see no penalty. There's no question he grabbed him by the face mask. And also, if there's any offensive penalty in the end zone, that would be a safety if there was a holding on the Jaguars offensive line. But Tom White sorted out.
There is no safety.
No safety.
Personal foul.
It is.
15-yard penalty will be enforced from the goal line out. Number 97, New York. First down.
Marvin Washington got Brunell by the face mask. And so instead of a safety, it will be a 15-yard penalty marked off, and that takes the ball out to the 15-yard line.
He stuck his hand out and grabbed whatever was available. Boy, you can really hurt a guy like that.
Brunell's ready to go again. This team is now at 1st and 10, trailing 7-0. Stewart runs, and the Jets again give nothing to the Jacksonville running game. The running game hasn't been that bad. They rank in the middle of the pack in the NFL. The Jaguars do, 15th.
Watch Mo Lewis tracking here. Gets inside of Dave Wydell and runs it straight down to make the play. That man will hit you. He just had a baby boy named Mo. Mo the fourth, but he told us over and over he's only got one kid. They've been writing it up wrong in the paper.
Somebody wrote it was Mo the third. It was his fourth child. It's his first. Here's Brunell on the run, a 13-yard run rusher as Eric Howard runs him out of bounds as he gets out across the 20-yard line. Brunell at his best. He was the most valuable player in the '91 Rose Bowl for the University of Washington.
What you have to watch about Mark, if he can stop, set in rhythm, he's very dangerous. But you see there that the defensive line of the Jets are just killing the offensive line of the Jaguars. He had no time.
Brunell, the Jaguars' leading rusher, which isn't good when your backup quarterback is your top rusher. Berline, normally the starter, out today with a knee strain. Brunell cocks and looks, takes it up the middle, and he's got the room to go. He lost the ball and then somehow got it back, and he might have a first down. Living dangerously, huh?
That ball actually bounced away from him. He reached out and pulled it in. Now watch the pocket collapse. He came out of there quickly. You see that Washington got a hand on it when he wrapped around Brunell and knocked it out. But boy, is he lucky to get that ball back.
Yeah, they're sending a lot of people at Brunell. Bobby Houston was coming on a blitz again. He's lined up the lower portion of your screen right up the line of scrimmage. On 1st down and 10 for the Jaguars. Pitch pass. James Stewart, a big bat, highly regarded out of Tennessee, takes it to the 30-yard line, close to a 5-yard gain. As the game clock's down to 12 minutes to play in the first half.
One thing to remember about Stewart is he's playing with a sore shoulder. So every hit he takes, especially on this AstroTurf, every time he hits the ground, you know, the potential for pain is there. See how your body slams down into that carpet. I played on that carpet for a long time, and it's hard.
Not as bad as a parking lot, but close, huh? Here's Brunell, takes a look, lets it go long, and he's got a man down there, and it's picked off by the Jets. Otis Smith with his 3rd interception of the year. Playing the receiver Desmond Howard perfectly, walking the dog, as they say, with him stride for stride, and then he picks it off.
Now, I thought that looked pretty good. Very good position by the defensive back. Otis Smith just snuffed him out.
Turnover count now even at 1 apiece.
Of your screen, back off in the bump and run position. Even though it's a stutter and go, he keeps his concentration on Desmond Howard. He has replaced the footsteps of the wide receiver, actually running the pattern for him. And there's Otis with his 3rd interception in as many games. Good job.
Jets with good field position as they go back to the big back. Brad Baxter trying to turn it up. He's knocked down at midfield, a gain of only about a yard. Ray Hall, one of the defensive tackles, with the run stopper, number 97. Baxter, 6'1", 235, and Ron Moore, who's about 240, actually more with that carry. And the gain on the play is only a yard, as Baxter's carried 8 times for 40 yards so far in the game. And they go with Moore and Baxter. 2nd and 9. Baxter in motion. Moore swinging out. He gets the throw. Gets a block. And Ron Moore takes it inside the 45-yard line down to the 43. While we have a moment, let's go back to Greg Gumbel for this report.
All right, Don, the Falcons and the Saints in overtime in New Orleans. Atlanta's Jeff George goes 37 yards. Watch the grab by Eric Metcalf, who caught 11 for 155 yards. It set up a 21-yard field goal to win it by the ex-Saint, Morton Anderson. 27-24 Falcons. Don?
Some play, huh?
What a catch.
He didn't do that often at Cleveland.
Wow.
3rd down throw by Esiason, and he's long. He had a man with a step on the defense in Charles Wilson, who had the cornerback Vinnie Clark beaten, and Mickey Washington in the other corner. Both are having trouble with the Jets' deep run. Deep routes, as you'll see Esiason a little too strong with the throw.
Donnie had him here. I say you throw that one up high and you let him run under it. You know, when you throw a bullet like that to a guy that's open, if you're a little bit off, he has no time to adjust. That one I throw up high and soft and let my receiver run under it.
Ryan Hansen into punt. The Jets dominating time of possession and total offensive yardage, but their lead 7-0. It could be a lot more. Now the punt down to Desmond Howard, who fair catches at the 10. And again, the Jets kicking game forces the Jaguars to go the long field when they take over 1st and 10 as the NFL on NBC continues. With Beasley Reese, this is Don Criqui back at Giant Stadium, where the Jets lead the game 7-0 on a touchdown pass off the opening drive from Esiason to the rookie Corbett. Here's a ball on the field, and the Jets seem to have it. Bobby Houston fires it up into the stands. Well, he didn't get it there. A little short of the mark. But it's the Jets' ball, point-blank range. 1st and goal at the 10.
The Jacksonville Jaguars are starting to look like an expansion team, really for the first time this season. I've seen them all 3 games, and just mistakes, poor blocking on offense. The defensive line getting blown off the ball. Brunell losing the handle there. You never know who's at fault, whether it's Dave Waddell, the center, or Brunell, but this team looks like an expansion team for the first time.
They're struggling, and the Jets looking to put some numbers up now as they're up 7-0. That should be 1st and 10 when they spot the ball at the 11. Turning the corner is Ron Moore, and he's inside the 5-yard line down to the 3. Harry Colon stopped the touchdown. Big lead block by the left guard Roger Duffy of the Jets.
This offensive line is looking very impressive. See the full block by 62 Roger Duffy pulling outside and just makes a pancake effort. And Moore with his size running through little Vinnie Clark and company.
The Jets with 2nd and 2 for a 1st down. 2nd and 3 for a touchdown. Ron Moore didn't get much. Joel Smengi, number 99, submarine the blocking and shut him down.
You know, out of that same formation, I would pull Brady out into the end zone and try to get him his first touchdown here.
If the Jets want a timeout to make sure they got everybody in alignment here for a big try on 3rd down, and they do call a timeout as Boomer in his 12th season. Goes over now to check things out with his coaches. And it gives us a chance to tell you that next Sunday, following live Ryder Cup coverage, NBC Sports presents more exciting NFL action at the special time of 3:30 Eastern Time with the NFL on NBC. Then most of you will see these Jets go to Atlanta to beat Jeff George and the Atlanta Falcons. Others will see a great AFC West showdown as John Elway and the Denver Broncos head to San Diego to take on Natron Means and the Chargers. Chargers a winner today at Philadelphia. Check your local listings for the game in your area. Next Sunday on NBC. Third down comes up. 3rd and 2 as Brunell might have taken a shot to the chops there. He's checking things out with his offense coordinator, Kevin Gilbride. Jet following really kicks in now. They're up and standing in that end zone as the Jets break the huddle on 3rd down. Boomer trying to calm him down. The handoff. Ron Moore. He didn't get there. He didn't get the first down either. He needed 2 for a first down, 3 for a touchdown. Tom McManus, who played for Coughlin at Boston College, and at middle linebacker, number 55, shuts down the run.
I tell you who did his part is 81. Kyle Brady just sealed out the corner, but the rest of the defense comes around the corner so quickly that they are able to snuff out the play.
And now Nick Lowry, who is 1 for 2 on field goals this season. But over the many years, he is the 3rd leading scorer in NFL history behind Blanda and Stenerud. 21-yard try, and he rockets the ball through, and the Jets extend their lead to 10-0 with 7:42 to go in the first half. So they capitalize on the Jaguars' fumble, and the Jets will be kicking off when we come back, and the NFL on NBC continues. Coach Coughlin, who laments mistakes, he said, we've been patient with him with an expansion team, but we don't accept them. And now the kickoff by the Jets to Jimmy Smith as Don Silvestri, who's brought in from the World League just to kick off, former Pittsburgh kicker, booms it out of the end zone, and the Jaguars again start with long field position. They'll be 1st and 10 at their 20, or as Buddy Ryan likes to call it, 1st and 80.
That's exactly what it is. And speaking of numbers, total yards, the Jaguars have 27. New York with 161 already today. You see Mark's effort today, the 1 interception.
Brunell's not tall, 6 feet tall. He's had some trouble seeing downfield as the Jets have really gotten a big rush on him. Handoff. James Stewart runs the ball. Bobby Houston brings him down. Gain on the play of over 4 yards out to the 25-yard line. It'll be a 5-yard gain where they spot it. Stewart had great numbers at Tennessee. High draft choice, picked in the 2nd round. He bruised his shoulder in the opening game against Houston. Didn't see action last week against Cincinnati, but he's the guy they're really building the running game around. They go to him again. He takes it out to the 28-yard line. Clock running down to 7 minutes to go in the first half. Nothing happening. No score between San Francisco and New England in the 2nd quarter.
Short yardage personnel coming in the game now. They're able to run the ball a little bit because the Jets have gone to a more traditional set on defense. They started out with 7 and 8 men up on the line of scrimmage, knowing that the Jaguars were going to try to run. Now they've reduced that number down to 4 men up on the line. But now the big people are in for the short yardage try,
including a big young fullback, Ryan Christopherson, a rookie from Wyoming. He gets the ball. And somehow he breaks tackles and gets the first down. They got him, and then he lost him. Wilbur Marshall finally brings him down, but Ryan Christopherson delivers the numbers he needed. Just 3 yards, but it's good for a first down.
You can't ask for a better guy to hit him in the backfield than Wilbur Marshall. Wilbur hits him and literally bounces off of the young bowling ball. Christopherson is low to the ground. He's built like a little truck. He likes that effort.
And the Jaguars start to move it out with a power running game straight ahead. They're getting some angles on the Jet defenders now with the line blocking. Brunell on first down stands in, and they'll get him again. Third sack of the game of Brunell, and the second for Hugh Douglas. So this rookie, who was quiet the first 2 games, getting close but not getting a sack, has 2 already today.
Time Mark hits his back foot, he's starting to run. That's a bad sign. I mean, you at least should be able to sit, hit your drop step, look downfield, and then realize you're in trouble. He sees he's in trouble right away.
He's been in trouble right away all game long.
When they got off the bus, he's in trouble.
It's not been a happy day for Mark Brunell so far. Jets leading 10-0 second quarter. Swings it out with blockers in front of a well-executed screenplay. This is Stewart on the run, and he's out to the 47-yard line. So on second and a long 12, they rip off a 17-yard gain on the pass play.
Now that was a very well set up play. This time they let the defenders beat them. It's a good offensive play call. The defensive linemen have been beating the Jaguar linemen all day, so this time they kind of sucker them into it and let them come inside while they set up the screen, and it's good for a first down.
The first down at the 47-yard line. Back to the run. This is Stewart. Both arms on the ball after that earlier fumble on a center snap that led to a Jet field goal in the 10-0 lead. Mo Lewis was the run stopper on Stewart, 57. He's been a terrific player for the Jets now in his 5th year out of Georgia. Does not come from easy time. Played at a high school where he was a standout. Was threatened by a gang if he sacked the opposing quarterback in one game. They were going to take him out literally. Said, I got through, but I didn't sack him. Coach said, what's the matter with you? You're not hitting him. He said, look up in the stands. Here's the throw downfield as Otis Smith is defending on the play. Has tried to get the ball out wide to Ernest Givins, and they can't connect. It'll be third down.
That's the kind of pass play that they have to run. There's big Mo Lewis. Mo's, they called him Little Dent when he was in high school because of all the sacks that he made.
Played at the same high school as Richard Dent.
Yeah, and he's kept it going.
Murphy High in Atlanta. Third down. The Jaguars need 7 with 3:56 to play in the first half. Brunell stands in. He's on the run. He can go. Dives for the first down, and he gets it. Well, we'll see where the spot is. It looked like he had it, but spot going to be very close. It looks like he might have it just by the football. Marvin Washington finally got him down. This is where he's at his best, breaking containment.
Mark is turning every pass play into almost a quarterback draw. I mean, this is a man who is in a pocket that is constantly collapsing. He's running for his life, and that was a good job there for getting the first down.
His first start in football since the '93 Rose Bowl when he played at Washington. Hand off to Stewart, and he runs it to the 40-yard line. A gain of maybe 3 yards on the play. Bobby Houston on another tackle for the Jets. Brunell played behind Brett Favre at Green Bay. The last 2 years, he was a 5th-round draft choice of the Packers. A lot of teams wanted him, though, when he came to free agency. The Eagles were really after him.
Ray Rhodes really wanted Brunell very bad.
Yeah, they've been critical.
They love his athletic ability. I mean, that's what the guy has. He is such a spark for an offense. A great change of pace for this offense.
When he's scrambling, he's at his best. Has a good arm. Here come the Jets again. Brunell takes a look, rifles the ball. Desmond Howard makes a move at it, but Otis Smith is right with him again.
Otis Smith and Desmond are having quite a day together. And Brunell's back foot slips on this drop back right on the painted area of this carpet. And at the end of the throw, Desmond Howard had slipped, or he might have had a chance. Watch him hit the paint right between the A and L in Meadowlands. And Desmond had slipped and gotten back up to try to catch that one.
It's heavy rain here this morning in northern New Jersey. The field is still wet. Bright and sunny now as Brunell stands in. He's in trouble. Now he's out of trouble, and he's on the run. He'll have another first down as he slides to a safe, sure halt at the 31-yard line. Todd Scott was over there to get him, but Richie Kotite, the Jets coach, Beasley, talking about when this guy breaks containment, he can beat you, and he's moving the ball.
Well, you can tell now that the Jets did a good job scouting, because every defensive player, including Kotite, talked about the danger of letting this guy break containment. And there it is right there. Breaking containment, getting the first downs by himself.
Boy, he pulled a rabbit out of a hat to get away there. They had him, it looked like. First down, Jaguars. They're down 10-0, but this is their best drive of the game in the second quarter. Handoff, and Lachey Maston, a fullback. First back through. Takes on the Jets and gets down to the 20-yard line. Mo Lewis got him. Now the Jaguars are threatening as we take this break. Next Sunday on NBC. On the Domino's halftime report, Greg Gumbel talks with Mike Ditka and Joe Montana. It was interesting before the game, Ditka and Super Joe talking about Randall Cunningham and his inability, they feel, to read defenses. There's a lot of angst down in Philadelphia today. Yeah. He was benched.
They said that he picks the receiver, and if that guy's not there, he runs around. If he happens to see somebody, he throws it. Otherwise, he just runs.
Eagles lost their second home game. Stewart runs on first down for the Jaguars and gets down to the 18-yard line.
James Stewart is a surprising story for me today. This guy was in a lot of pain last week and the week before that with the shoulder injury. Really like watching him run. He keeps his legs driving, and you know what, Doug? You look at this Jacksonville offense and this Jacksonville team, and once again, they're not leaving the stadium.
No, they hang around.
No, they're here.
Brunell on the rollout. Good pursuit by Evans. Ooh, coming over to take a shot at him.
Now that'll scare you when you see Wilbur Marshall go across the top of your quarterback like that, because he's known for taking a couple of 15-yarders.
Wilbur.
He'll take a 15-yarder in a minute.
He played on one of the great defenses ever, that 85 Bear team.
Just look at him. That man looks like a dangerous person. Look at Wilbur up top chasing Stewart. As soon as he realizes that the quarterback's going to start to run, boy, he pulled off just in time.
15th play of the drive coming up for the Jaguars. They trail 10-0. Third down, they need 7. Throw and a free ball. It's incomplete. Well, looked like it was there. Randy Jordan out of the backfield, who scored the Jaguars' only touchdown in a 71-yard pass play last week against Cincinnati, couldn't hold on. And out comes Mike Hollis, who is 2 for 3 on field goals. Barker is his holder. Be a 35-yard attempt. And you tell me which way the wind is blowing, Beasley. You return punt here. Field goal is spun up and good, and the Jaguars are on the board with 1:13 to go in the first half.
Fortunately for Hollis, that wind was coming straight at him, so it didn't affect the ball.
We'll have the Jaguars kickoff as the NFL on NBC continues. Left, the Jaguars ready to kick it off after the 35-yard field goal by Hollis. Here comes Dexter Carter of the Jets. 20, look out. Dexter's on the run. Marker goes down, as does Carter at the 48. Could be a legal block.
A mark of the great ones, Don, is when they see the hole. When they see that back door, they hit it. And he hit that going 99 miles an hour. You know, it all started to the right. The great runners look for the back door. When he saw the back door, he exploded. And 45 yards later, they bring him down. This guy's run some great ones back.
The former 49er, but now the play's coming back. So the Jets will start deep in their own end with 1:06 to play.
10 yards, number 98. During the return, first down.
Kurt Barber called for holding, to the displeasure of Coach Kotite.
This game reminds me a little bit of Jacksonville's Houston game. They allowed the Oilers to just push them all over the field for the first drive, then they settled down. Let's see if this defense can settle down now.
But that was a 16-play drive that led to the Jaguars field goal the last time they had the ball. Esiason steps in as the rush comes, and an incomplete pass. Wagaman putting pressure on his former teammate Esiason. Adrian Morrell was the intended receiver. Coughlin talking about the Jets' problems. He said this is a sound football team. He thinks if anybody's going to have trouble, be 0-2 when you lead the league in the conference anyway in penalties and turnovers.
19 penalties. The Jets came. I mean, 19 penalties will make you crazy. I mean, they had 9 versus Miami, 10 versus Indianapolis. That last penalty just killed a great kickoff attempt.
And now a drop out of the backfield by Morrell. That brings up 3rd down. So with a minute left, the Jaguars could get the ball in position to possibly do something if the Jets don't convert.
I don't know what Morrell's thinking about. That's 2 drops back to back. He just took a look at his hands. It always kills me when guys do that. Your hands at the end of your arms. Just look at the ball. Oh.
Morrell had a big drop, allowing the Colts to come back and win last week. Timeout with a minute to play in the first half.
Presenting
portion, nobody wide out. Esiason looks, fires up the middle, makes the connection. And let's see where the spot is. It looks like a Jets first down out to the 34-yard line. Nolan makes the stop on Crabette, who made a nice catch. He also has a touchdown catch today.
And one thing he told us in our meeting with Wayne is that you have to make your reputation by catching the ball over the middle. And there he is in traffic, in between 3 defenders, looking in the ball, showing the coaches that he won't only catch it in the back of the end zone, he'll catch it in the middle where you can get knocked out. Very impressive story.
Talking to him this morning, Beasley, when he's walking out in the field with Kyle Brady. He comes up a little past Kyle's waist.
Right.
They list Brady at 6'6". He looks like he's 6'8".
Oh, Brady is huge. Remember Wayne telling us that the security guard wouldn't let him in practice? He thought he was a fan.
Tonight, be there for the kickoff of Must See TV Sunday. First at 7, it's the premiere of Brotherly Love starring Joey Lawrence. You saw Joey grow up on NBC in the hit comedies Give Me a Break and Blossom. Tonight he's back with his own new series, and he's bringing along his own 2 real-life brothers. The show's called Brotherly Love. That's followed by the premiere of Minor Adjustments starring Rondell Sheridan. And then Mad About You, one of Thursday's must-see TV comedy hits, moves to Sunday with a 1-hour episode. Tonight, Esiason throws the ball away wisely. Nobody was open. Golgani is coming out of blitz, pressured him, and he had to release the ball.
Just didn't pick up the blitz very well that time. In fact, not at all. And that's the reason that Boomer wisely threw that ball away. That's what I was talking about when he threw that first interception. A guy with this experience, when you're in trouble, you throw it away.
So far today, Boomer's thrown it 18 times. He's completed 11 for 124 yards and 1 touchdown, the only touchdown of the game. He has 1 interception. He dumps it off nicely. Here comes big Fred Baxter, a tight end, running hard and getting out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Good block by little Wayne Crabette, sprung it. 15-yard gain.
See, that is so impressive. Baxter is a big man. Boomer sees everything very quickly here. You see Baxter come across your television screen. He came from the other side of the field right down the line of scrimmage. He lost all of the defenders, and Boomer saw him right away.
That was Crabette screening away defensive back Dave Thomas. Johnny Mitchell, one of the Jet tight ends, out today with a bad back. Yet looking to get in field goal range. Esiason fires up the middle. Looking at Brady. No flag. It looked like Brady might have taken a pop before it got there. Tell you, Kyle Brady, everybody was surprised when the Jets drafted him #1. Bill Parcells in New England told me he thinks that Kyle Brady was the best overall player in the last draft.
That's a major statement.
From him particularly.
Wow.
He said he has the potential to be one of the greatest tight ends that ever played.
Well, you couldn't take a pencil and draw one better on paper.
Everybody tried to trade up to get him. The Browns tried to trade up. The Steelers did. Here is a throw by Esiason. Crabette grabs it, heading for the sideline, and he pays the price, but gets ahead for about 4 yards. Still way out of field goal range, but still 35 seconds on the clock.
I like this guy. He'll catch it over the middle. No drops. Tough kid. Here he is going all the way across, goes up high, brings it in, gets what he can. Gets around Vinnie Clark. I mean, if you think about where this guy comes from, he used to watch practice from the other side of the fence while he was playing ball at Hospital. Of course, the Jets trained at Hospital.
Throw up the middle. Well done to Kyle Brady, and he's down inside the 45-yard line. First down, Jets to the 43. And they quickly signal for and are allotted a timeout with 30 seconds to play.
That was an all-out blitz. Mike Dumas, Harry Colon, both safeties coming straight up the middle. It was also a clinic by the Jets done of how you stop a guy from blitzing. Look at Colon getting the timing straight up the middle. But Boomer sees it right away. Kyle Brady smart enough to make the adjustment on his route. That's how you stop a team from blitzing. You show them that every time you do it, we'll pick it up, we'll recognize it, and we will hurt you.
Prevett, who made the catch prior to that, was living on a friend of his cot at an apartment at Hofstra. Said he knew he made the team when Rich Kotoi came up to one day and said, "You can go out and get a place of your own now."
You know, the day he made the team, he didn't tell his mother for 7 or 8 hours. Look at that statement by Wayne.
Said everybody told him he was too small. They listed him at 5'10". He's not. But he said, you play with your heart. How can you measure the size of your heart?
I love that kind of stuff.
They call him Rudy at the camp.
I get goosebumps.
Esiason fires. That's our man, Wayne Prevett, coming over the middle. Vinnie Clark makes the stop, but now the Jets in long field goal range as they sprint out, the clock ticking down. Here's a penalty marker.
Well, that's a good penalty.
Delay a game. Number 27, defense.
Oh, that's a big time mistake. He's going to get himself thrown out.
That's a good call. Several of the players on the Jacksonville team, Jeff Lagerman included, were laying on top of people, doing whatever they could to let the clock tick seconds. I mean, you do that, but you have to be cool when you do it. Now, see, look how he's laying on him, staying on top of him. Now, you didn't see. What you didn't see was Lagerman doing the same thing downfield to a big lineman. You do that. That's a part of the game, but you have to be cool.
Well, that wasn't cool because it puts the Jets in field goal range already with 16 seconds to go. First down, Boomer stands in and goes for the home run. He lofts it to the end zone, and the coverage is good by Vinnie Clark, who was called for the penalty on the previous play. And here comes Nick Lowry, whose career longest is a pair from 58. He's hit from 57. This will be a 47-yarder.
One little note on that drive, Don. You notice that most of the passes went to Wayne Prevett. He is earning Boomer's trust and respect. He knows the kid's going to catch it.
They say he dropped nothing in summer training camp. Other receivers kept eliminating themselves with drops, and this kid kept catching it. Made it as a free agent. Jets up 10-3. Lowry hits the ball, and very well. Hits the crossbar, gets the carom shot, bank shot. It's good. And with 5 seconds to go in the first half, the Jets again extend their lead to 10 points.
That's a pro right there. Nick Lowry is a professional kicker.
That's a lucky pro, too.
Well, you know what they say, the luckier, the more I practice, the luckier I get.
He's been 15 years.
Working.
Next Saturday, a Super Saturday, as NBC Sports brings. Don Silvestri is ready to kick it off for the Jets. That penalty on Clark Beasley shortened the field goal try by 5 yards. It would have been a 52-yarder. It was a 47-yarder. It was a carom shot off the upright. Jimmy Smith downs the ball. So the Jaguars will go from their 20 with one play until the first half runs out. Jets leading 13-3. One thing Kotite, when he talked about the Jaguars, he said there isn't a better conditioned team around. He said these guys do not lose their legs in the fourth quarter.
That's what you can expect. You can expect this team to be fighting till the end. That's one thing that we've seen. They never quit. Like you mentioned, they are in excellent condition.
They're really going to dig in the bag of tricks now to try to pull something out. And they'll could end up running. Now they just play it safe. They go to Randy Jordan or to James Stewart, who takes it straight ahead across the 35 and gets to the 39-yard line. And that concludes the first half of play with the Jets in the lead 13-3. The NFL on NBC will continue right after these words from your local station.